Hello and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. We are heading right back in after this really emotional, kind of emotional episode. No, it's more like a tense episode, but never mind that. We're going right back in. The sunlight breaks through my window, shortly before my alarm ruins the morning silence. I feel sore. The events of the previous evening suddenly intrude upon my consciousness, and I find myself blushing. That was an eventful evening, and it explains perfectly the soreness in my lower back. Okay. The walk back, as I recall, had been rather tense. My trousers having been soiled, I had washed them off in the bathroom before going back to my room. Oh, finally you took care of that. But there was still a fairly obvious looking stain on the front. Fortunately for me, the only person I ran into on my way back was Kenji, and he is blind as a mole. And he didn't notice a thing. Well, apart from me being in the general vicinity. Of course he'd ask how the night went and whether or not I'd learned anything of importance. And I'm a little bit disappointed that we couldn't speak to Kenji and saw his way back, but, well. I don't even know if I opened my mouth to answer. I was too tired to care. And this morning, I'll admit that I'm feeling pretty worn out. Still, Amy had promised to meet me at the track, and I'd hate to disappoint. She's indeed waiting for me when I arrive. Doing her best to look cheery, despite the fact that she's sitting in a wheelchair. While I was off screen and doing my daily stuff, I thought to myself, why not taking her on our back and just run with her around the track? I know it could be kinda hard, but I think it would be a really cool idea, wouldn't it be? I think she shouldn't weigh too much, even though he mentioned that she feels kinda heavy. But yeah. I wave to her and begin stretching. You're early. Amy frowns and shakes her head. Ridiculous. You are late. Overslept he so? All tuckered out. Well, at least she seems more like her old self. And as expected, she doesn't seem that shy about mentioning our previous activities, where we only got to see the first half of it. I wanted to see kind of the second too. Just for seeing how it went, not for anything rude or... you know what I mean, hopefully. And as expected, she... Alright. Hey, you're lucky I could show up at all. All that cardiovascular activity last night. I nearly thought I have to see the nurse afterwards. Oh yeah, that's something that too runs through my mind. He got a heart attack by a girl he was really shy about. And this time not, but I think his medication helped him out in this case. But cardiovascular activity is a really cool word to describe something like that. Amy laughed out loud, then her face suddenly becomes concerned. Hey, that's not... I mean, you're not... Go on, spit it out. It's just that it would be hard to explain if you had an episode while we were... Yeah, would be kind of. Oh. Now that she mentions it, it really is a legitimate concern. I certainly hadn't thought of it last night. Of course, other, more pressing concerns had been at hand. quite literally at hand, I guess. Well, I don't think anything we do is going to be any more of a strain than these morning ones, and I handle those fine, so Amy considers this point. Oh god! What a grin is that? Oh god, look at her face right now! A devious light appears in her eyes. Say... Huh? The light vanishes, and Amy grins ruefully at me. I can't help but feel vaguely suspicious. Oh, this was a scary one, but kind of arousing too. I seem to have forgotten a pair of gloves. What do you need gloves for? Amy indicates the chair upon which she is seated. For this, of course. Sure, regular moving around is all well and good without them, but I want to be able to get a good workout. And to get that kind of speed, you gotta have gloves, if you don't want blisters. So what are you wussing out on me then? Do I have to go What? Do I have to go it alone? Amy thinks for a minute, or pretends to think. If I remember right, there's a spare pair or two in the track shed. So she does seriously want to do it then. But in her normal school uniform? I'd have expected her to wear a gym outfit for something like this. Wait, what are they doing there? Amy looks askance at me. Seriously? You can't think of why a shed full of track supplies at school for the disabled would have racing gloves? Well, when she puts it that way, I suppose that makes perfect sense. What was this grin back there? This really freaked me out a little bit. Where was it? It was right here. This freaked me out a little bit. It really freaked me out. But yeah, never mind that. Hey, I'm still getting used to this place. Give me a break, huh? I guess I can let it slide this time. Now come on, I need your help. I can't imagine what for, but then again, I didn't have a clue why racing gloves would be in the shed, so I'm not willing to press the issue. Amy navigates her way to the shed easily enough, though I can hear her grumbling under the breath. It's actually kinda cute. I hurry a little to reach the door first. Opening it will be easier for me than for her. The door opens and Amy starts to wheel inside, only to come to a sudden halt at the doorway. It seemed the door sill is slightly too high for her to get over by herself. Oh, she makes a few runs at it unsuccessfully, before crossing her eyes and glaring at the offending object. Stupid wheelchair! Hiso, can you give me a hand here? Sure, no problem. Right, this looks a little bit messy. It's a simple enough matter for me to bump Amy over the doorway, jostling her slightly. Hey, Edie there! Whoops, sorry. It's about this time that I fail to notice where I'm going and run Amy's chair into a mat. She gives a startled yelp and topples forward out of her chair. There's a moment of silence as I gaze in horror upon what I've done and Amy glares at me. Iso! Yes? Promise me you never work at the hospital. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Amy giggles and holds up a hand. Would you kindly help me back into my chair, Hiso? She's so close again. As I bend down to pick up Amy, she grins in triumph and pulls me into a kiss that quickly has us both entirely unconcerned about getting her back into the chair. Right, I have to end this episode right here because there is naked time about to happen and I really have to make sure to separate it from the footage without naked scenes just because YouTube will most likely be a dick to me. So I hope you enjoyed it so far, and stay tuned for the next episode. I will see you there.